So if you are looking to mirror or extend the image coming from your laptop or PC, you have come to the right video, because in this video, I'm going to show you 4 different devices here that allow you the capability of mirroring or extending your display to an external HDMI source. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Marbu back again with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be outlining these 4 SplitXtend adapter devices I received from this company, OREI. Now, OREI actually reached out to me to send me these devices so I can get them, check them out, figure out how they work, and report back to you guys my findings and whether or not I find these to be beneficial. So basically, all these devices do the same thing. Like I said, they allow you to mirror or extend the image on your laptop, which I'm going to show you that later on in this video. Now, the reason that these 4 different devices exist is because they are 4 different devices. So the first thing I want to do is kind of get into what makes these devices different. And in that explanation, you will find out which one will actually work for you based upon your needs. Okay, so I currently have all the devices outside of their boxes on this table in front of me, and I have them lined up from what I feel is the weakest device over here on the right all the way to the left, which I feel is the strongest device over here. And that ranking is pretty much just based upon the capability of the device. So I'm going to go and get into the explanation about why these are different, why I think this is the weaker one, and why I think this is the stronger one, and give you some price points, features, the whole 9. So I'm going to start with this one over here. Okay, so our first device right here is the SplitXtend USB to HDMI display adapter. As you can see, it has USB-A connectivity with a USB-C adapter, so that's good there. 2 ports right here, 2 HDMI ports on here. We have the regular 1080p and 4K 30 hertz right there. So basically with this device, you can plug it up to your laptop or PC and mirror or extend your image to another external source. If you use the 4K 30 port, you can do 4K 30, or if you use both of them at the same time, you can have 2 1080p at 60 hertz, images appear on additional monitors. It's pretty basic. Other than that, as you can see, there are no other bells and whistles on this. It's pretty much simple plug and play. Either you're using one display 4K 30 or you're using both of them 1080, 60, like I said, and that's pretty simple. Now we're gonna go over to this device right here, which is the 1080 SplitXtend. As you can see, it's a little bit longer 2 display device. And this device has way more bells and whistles and ports than the first one I just showed you, because it has 2 USB-A connections as well as a USB-C. It has another USB-C power supply where you can pretty much, have 100 watts to charge your laptop or PC while you're using it. It has a SD card reader as well as a micro SD card reader, in addition to the 2 HDMI ports. Now, this one works the same as this right here, whereas if you're using one port, you can, extend or mirror that image to 4K 30, or if you're using both ports, you can do 1080 at 60 frames. So basically, to get it out the way, when I compare these 2 devices, they do the same thing. They both have one port that can do 4K 30, or if you use both of them, you can do 1080, 60 on both. So with the addition of all these ports on here, that kind of makes this one a little obsolete in my opinion. Now, if you do only have a USB-A connector on your device, you probably will have to get your own, well, you'll definitely, going to have to get your own adapter. But I mean, come on now, you have all these ports, does the same thing as far as resolution, as far as exporting to another screen. And the one thing that kind of doesn't make sense to me is this one is $50. This one is $30. So unless there's something I'm missing, you're basically paying $20 less for the same functionality as far as extending or mirroring your screen. And you have all these ports and the ability to charge your laptop while you're using it. So in my opinion, I don't see why you would get this one, which is why I say it is the weakest of the bunch. And I actually put this one as, one of the best ones I recommend. It's actually the cheapest out of all 4 of these. So, yeah, man, the 1080 SplitXtend 2 displays, PD 100 watt. Like I said, you have all of these connections, you know, USB-A, USB-C, the ability to charge, SD card reader for $30. That is a pretty solid deal. Okay, so on to our third option here. It is going to be the Spitxtend 4K display adapter with 90 watts of power. Now, this one right here is going to be similar to the longer one right here I just showed you. It doesn't have all the ports. Now, this I would say is the best choice for resolution. That is because it allows you to use these two out ports right here to extend or mirror your image in 4K 60. So basically this one gives you the best resolution, and it also too has that same USB-C port. It's not 100 watts, it's 90 watts, which isn't that far off. You're able to charge your laptop with this device while using it, as well as having the best resolution actually out of the bunch. Even this one that, you know, we'll get into what makes this one different. It's even better than this one that I consider the best as far as functionality as it pertains to resolution, because no other device here can do 4K at 60. So if resolution is pretty much most important to you, and you only need two, you know, external displays in addition to your, you know, source, your main source, your laptop, I definitely would check this one out. It's about $75. And yeah, man, as far as being able to charge your laptop, top tier resolution, this one is a solid option. So let's go over to our last option over here, which is the big boy right here. It is the Spitxtend USB 3.0 quad HDMI display adapter, and it does exactly that. We all know quad means four. There are 4 different display connections here. Now, they are not all the same. They are 2 1080p and 2 4K at 30 hertz. So as I stated, this last third one I've reviewed, this one has 4K at 60, but it's only 2 different display ports. This one actually has 4. So if you need 4 different display ports in addition to, you know, your source, your laptop, PC, whatever, you're going to have to go with this option, because no other option on this table has, you know, the ability to export to 4 different displays. Now, there are these buttons right here which allow you to basically cut on and off the displays to, you know, the 1 and 2 source and the 3 and 4 source. And just to let you know, I only have 2 other, you know, I have a TV and another laptop, another monitor I'm about to plug up to here in a second. So I won't be able to show you the functionality in this at work, but just know that you can basically, I mean, I can still use this, but I don't have 4 monitors to use at the same time. I can still use this for 2 different 4K 30 monitors, which actually, if you do want to do 2 4K at 30 hertz, no other device other than this last one I showed you, which does 4K 60, like these first 2 do not have the ability to do 4K at 30 hertz. So even if you don't need 60 hertz, but you want to do 4K at 30 on 2 different external displays, this big boy still trumps these 2, because these 2 can only do 1080p if you're doing 2 displays. This one does up to 4K 60, so this one you'll be good. You can do 4K 30. This one is 4K 30 if you want to use 2 different displays, or of course you can use 2 1080 displays. There will be no point in buying this if you're only going to do 2 1080 displays, because you can do that with these 2. But I digress. So yeah, this one is $100. And like I said, you're basically only paying $100 for this, or even just buying this period, if you want to use 4 different displays. All right, so as you can see, I currently have my main device right here, which is my MacBook Pro, and I actually have the image being mirrored to 2 different 1080p displays. Just to let you know, I am using the 1080p Spitxtend, because this is only a 1080p TV. This is a 1080p monitor. And like I said, it's mirroring the image. So the same exact thing that I have on my laptop is being displayed on these 2 different displays right here. All right, so as you can see, currently I'm mirroring my display here. Now, one thing you're going to want to make sure you do that I did is when you go to optimize for, originally it was optimized for my MacBook. And as you can see, it's optimized for my MacBook. I have a full screen display here on my MacBook, but you'll see on my monitor here, see these little black bars on each side, also on the TV. So you're going to want to optimize that. I think this is the TV model right here. When I click that to optimize for that, the laptop is going to go to more like a widescreen, and these black bars are going to be filled in. So I'm going to click that, And as you can see, it's optimized now. The whole real estate of the monitor and the TV is being used up, whereas I have black on the top and bottom of the laptop. So I think that that's going to make sense because obviously if you're trying to, export your display, it's not for the computer or the laptop, it's for the displays. At least I would think that. So you're going to want to do that. And also too, when you look at my main source right here in my laptop, it says use as mirror for built-in display. If I click stop mirroring here, basically what's going to happen is these two screens are going to go blank because it's going to no longer mirror my image. It is going to use these two monitors basically to extend my display. Now, one thing about that is these two monitors are still going to show the same thing, and I'll show you that in a second. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and show you. Stop mirroring, and now you see these two monitors are blank. Now, if I want to drag this over, as you can see, I'm extending my display. So if I want to, have an internet window, as you see, I'm on here. And if I want to do something like this, like go to YouTube right here, say I'm working on something and I want to watch YouTube at the same time, I can just put YouTube on my other displays right here, full screen that. So as you see, this is going to produce productivity because I can work on whatever I want to work on here. I can watch whatever I want here. Now, one thing about that is, as you can see, you can't like put one thing here and one thing here. This is like A, this is my main display, and both of these are B. It's not like A, B, and C. Okay, so this is Editor Marbu from the future. I just want to clear up what I just stated as far as the displays. Now, as you saw in my last clip, I had my laptop and my two displays here that both had the same thing. Now, as far as Mac, you're only able to extend, from your source, your laptop or your MacBook, to the two different displays where they are going to show the same thing. Of course, you know how mirror mode works, where whatever's on your laptop ends up on the display. Now, with Windows, you can actually have your source and you can have one thing on one display and a different thing on another display. This isn't an OREI product, but it is in the OREI manual that basically with Windows, you're able to, have one thing on your display, one thing on your source, another thing on your display, and a third thing on an additional display. With Mac, with the OREI products, you can only either do mirror mode or, extend the same image to both displays. So just keep that in mind. If you have a Windows, system, you are good to have something different on every display. And I believe that works the same way with the quad adapter as well. So again, keep that in mind. Basically, as far as a functionality standpoint, this is going to offer you, a ton of just upgrading your productivity, being able to have one thing, especially for someone like me who is a video editor. I'm doing multiple things. Multitasking is like my middle name. I'm able to basically up my productivity in using these adapters to just, extend my image to another source or sources at the same time while working on my main computer. So now that I have been able to show you how an adapter like these work, let me go back through the recommendation on which one you should purchase. Now, number one, this first one right here, like I said, unless there's something I'm missing, I'm going to rule this one obsolete because I don't think, based upon the capability mainly of this one here, that this makes sense to buy. I don't think so. If you want a budget option where, you're only working with 1080p resolution, you want to have the opportunity to charge your laptop, have a couple extra ports, have another SD card reader, micro SD card reader, USB-C connections to charge further things, USB-A ports, I would definitely look to get this one here. Like I said, it allows you to do one 4K 30 display. If you use both ports, two 1080p 60 displays, has all these ports here, $30. I mean, I'm not even sure how much an SD card reader is. It's probably not that much, but like an SD card reader, a charger, all this in one, and the ability to display, extend or mirror your screen to two different displays at 1080p, $30. I mean, that is a steal. Best budget option out of all these on the table. If resolution is, your main focus, you want top tier resolution, this being able to basically extend or mirror your screen up to 4K 60. This is the best in terms of a display. It is going to cost you a little bit more than this one to go to 1080 60 to 4K 60 with this one. You're talking about $30 versus $75. Still has the ability to charge your laptop at 90 watts, which isn't that far off from the 100, but offers you a better display. So if display is your main thing, you're gonna want to go with this option here. And last but not least, if you have 4 different external displays that you want to mirror or extend your image, this one right here, the Spitxtend Quad HDMI, is going to be the only bet, at least out of these, and your best bet. Even if you want to do 2 sources at 4K 30, this is a great option as well. And I have not mentioned that all of the links to all of these Spitxtend adapters are in the comments down below. So I really hope you guys, understand how these devices work. I hope you found great value in this video. If you could just take your time and give a thumbs up on this video, I would greatly appreciate that. Subscribe to this channel for more filmmaking tips, tools, tutorials, gear reviews, everything filmmaking and tech. And until my next video, I will catch you guys later on. Peace out.